Hey guys, Chris at the Rockford Ordnance channel. We are at Krebs Customs today. Not only do we have Marc Krebs here, but we have John Sharps here. We are, I don't know if we're giving an update or we're kind of releasing here. This is the latest creation from Krebs Customs. This is their 9x39 pistol. Yes, it's coming out. It will be available to you 5 weeks from now. Give you a quick rundown on it. It is based off, first of all, the Sharps receiver. We're doing a little collaboration today because there's a few minor changes that Marc is making to the receiver. So John and Marc got together. John flew in from Oregon, and they're going over a few of the changes that are going to happen for the final production gun. All of them are little upgrades that Marc just wanted to see on there. So we're getting that done. We're going to show you the interview right after this. Just to go over a few of the parts, we've got a tail hook pistol brace on it, standard M4 tube, Tango down grip, CS spec mags, 10 rounders, 20 rounders, 30 rounders. I got a feeling they're going to ship with one of each, but that's not positive yet. ALG trigger, standard with Marc's changes to some of the angles. Also extended mag release. You can sweep it. That's one of Marc's custom pieces. His signature safety right here. This one happens to be outfitted with a Midwest Industries mount. It has a Midwest Industries rail that comes standard on it, and we just threw a scope on here for now. It does have Marc's custom UFM handguard M-lock. Great handguard, and just the way it flows in, fabulous. Also his custom gas block, and it is outfitted with the Liberty suppressor. This was made by Liberty guys specifically for the 9x39. It's small, it's nice, it's super quiet. I'm going to show you some of the footage of us shooting these rifles. It doesn't do it justice because of where we shot it. We were in a canyon. You'll see the canyon, and the sound just echoes. So it doesn't do it justice as to just how quiet this is. You will be able to hear the action. You'll be able to hear the steel we were hitting, and that'll give you some sense of just how quiet it is. But it's that after ring of the shot that isn't gonna play true to how quiet this truly is. So we will get to our little collaborative interview with Marc and John. Next weekend we are going to be out running these, testing them and putting them through their paces, and 3 weeks after that they'll be in your hands. Mags are available, not a problem. Ammo is available, not a problem. You can get the ammo directly from Marc here at Krebs, drop ship to your door. I believe Marc said about 65 cents a round or so. Hey, what's not to love on this gun? Heavy hitting, oh my God, and the thing runs perfect. The mags are beautiful. John's work on the receiver is beautiful. This thing could possibly be the ultimate truck gun. I know there's one going in my safe. I gotta go talk to Marc about it right now. But in the meantime, check out our little interview with John and Marc.
All right, my name is John Sharps. We make an MB-47 receiver. We sell it to Marc Krebs, and he is now producing some really boss 9x39 builds.
Part of these mods were made to fit a specific fore-end group that we have for it, and the gas block and everything, which is kind of large. We have a bull barrel in it. This is, unfortunately, we couldn't get it finished in time, but this is what's going to be happening. We're going to have a Midwest Industries scope rail on there, and
we got the Krebs handguard. We've actually opened up the mag well for them, given this sort of Galil style cut. And some guts, I guess you probably can't show.
Yeah, and we're using a Glil style gas tube. It's a long story, but this is what works the best with the system for no snag, and they're operating nice and smooth. And we hope to have them out in about 5 weeks.
So John, Marc, give us a little background into the inspiration on the receiver and the gun and the collaboration the two of you are doing.
Okay, well, so we're here actually talking about the 9x39, but for us it started life as our MB-47 receiver, which is our 7.62x39 receiver. Each one of these is milled from a solid 15-pound block of 4140 steel. And we're really proud of the results. We can only make maybe 20 of them in a week running across 2 shifts, or 10 a week just on a single shift. It's a crazy amount of machine time. But this is our standard MB-47, and this is the 9x39 version that we're going to be producing for Krebs. Inspired largely by the Glil. I'll let you talk about some of the changes you asked for there.
Well, actually, we were planning on doing them with your receivers straight, but we have all our forend arrangement here geared for the Glil.
Yeah.
And we don't want to really change that, so we're radiusing it enough to get the forend up into position and to where you can bolt it on there easily. And it also aligns with the gas block. There's a few things that you got to consider doing all this. But John's going to be doing all the cuts. If I was, I'll tell you, man, altering these receivers was a lot of work. And you know, it's kind of funny because you hear people go, oh my God, it costs that much. And I look at this stuff personally and I go, how can you machine it for that little? This is an incredible amount of work, you know, and these are really rigid receivers. And I have high hopes for accuracy on these. The machine receiver, I don't know that it adds a lot to the actual accuracy of an AK until you get onto a scope. There is some inherent accuracy with the machine receiver, but when you couple it with a scope mount, it really starts making a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it takes out a lot of the flex. And so most of the, I mean, originally when we tell people
there is no flex in these things.
Yeah.
These are
originally when we started shooting these, just the 7.62x39 guns, we were seeing sub-MOA groups. And man, even telling people about that would elicit really negative reactions of like, we must be bullshitting, you know, but we're just not. I mean, they make for very, very accurate.
No, if you do something new and different, you're gonna get beat on.
Yeah.
That's
if you guys know our AR receivers, which are quite different, like we're past worrying about negative feedback. We get lots of it, for and against, but passion either way drives sales. So hate all you like.
You got it.
And just for a little bit of history's sake, this is a Valmet M62, which might look a little bit like a Glil to you, and it's part of the lineage of the Glil itself. They added slightly different sights. They had the upturned off handle, and they added the thumb safety. This mag release made a lot more sense when this gun came out, because this is the M62 and it had a bicycle type grip on it, which makes this very easy to hit with your index finger. And that's kind of why Glil went away with it. And then with mag sweeps being pretty much the predominant mag changing, we went to an extended release so you could get to it. In the old Galil or the old Vomit, this absolutely stops you from doing it. Even though I love this gun and would never sell it. A good friend of mine died, gave me this because it was one of the first hybrid AKs out there, where a government or a large group really started to look at the gun. And the reason why they did all this is to make these guns, it was less expensive to them because the stamping and huge tools it takes to make a stamped AK, by the time they invested in that and everything, they could actually make these guns cheaper, even though they're known for quality and precision, you know. And that's just a little useless information for you.
Interesting. I know it's a hair off subject, but I know there's going to be a ton of questions. And John, you were commenting how cool it was. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you did there with the Bren grip?
This is one we're considering. Now this has to be sold as a short-barreled rifle, unfortunately, and this is a 4130 hinge that I made, and this is actually a Bren gun machine gun handle, the barrel handle. And it's got an AMD grip, and I'm gonna make a laminated buttstock for it that slides in and out. But it's kind of fun. Anyway.
Very Road Warrior-ish in a way.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mad Max style.
But way cool. Way cool.
Should be a Mad Krebs style. There you go.
No, well, Alex, my head gunsmith, is he's a nut, and he likes building way stuff, and it started to grow on me. This is probably going to end up being a post-apocalyptic pickup, so we'll see how it ends up. But it's kind of interesting. We're going to be doing some on Sharps receivers too. One other thing, we need to give these guys some juice. They work very hard on it. We supplied the gun and ammo and magazines and different things like that, and C-Spec busted their ass to get out 10, 20, and 30 round magazines. They are now selling them to the public, so they are available. And it's a beautiful mag. I haven't got thousands of rounds through these, but I've shot probably 20, 30 individual mags that were just out of the packaging, and not a hiccup.
Yeah, same with me. I've got the prototype 9x39 build using those mags, and it's
Cool.
Yeah, the ones we shot that day were flawless.
One of the cool things about having the larger projectile is it feeds just a tad higher, so the tip of the bullet really does not engage the feed ramp. It just kind of squirts it on in there, and as you know, you can't deform your bullet nose and have a tracking bullet. It's gonna start to lose stability.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the new hanger too that I see you've been using on the gun over there?
Oh, this is a handguard for the Galil pistols, which we're going to be coming out with shortly. Also, we're going to be coming out with the rifle length in this same style. And we beefed it up a little bit, but the whole gun, I believe when we get done with the rifle, is 8 ounces lighter than it was when we got it, and then the pistols are proportionately more light because of the loss of the plastic. And people don't realize that plastic weighs approximately the same as aluminum, and in some cases, plastic is better, you know. But I'm a steel guy. Grips are great, you know, stuff like that. In fact, if you walk in the cold with a wood grip, your hand will get real cold, and if you walk through the field with your hand on a plastic grip, it'll stay warm. It's different. We're kind of getting all over the place, but
That's okay.
the real thoughts, you know.
It's good to see where the inspiration came from on these guns. It's cool to see it, things get back toward that traditional look, and just watching and listening to you guys with your collaboration today, and John being so gracious with being so receptive to it. I think it's kind of a rare thing today where you see.
Yeah,
But I think
noticed that.
it's nice to see.
I'll tell
Two
you,
companies
there
working
are
so
a
close.
bunch of troopers in this project.
Oh.
John is one, CS Spec is one, Banyan Barrels is one. I mean, man, we've had people working overtime doing small lots so we can get the stuff and try it before we get it done in mass production, and that is the most frustrating part about this whole game here, is getting all the coordination together. And though everybody's cooperating, but they also have obligations that, you know, they have to fill.
Well, I think it's such a neat platform, and something that's obviously just gaining more and more traction, and it's just going to be really cool to see it all come together. I'd hate to see your overnight shipping bill. For some of this stuff back
You know, one thing I'd like to say too is that I've been too weakened people on these projects, and what the problem is we were going to start out, like I said, on the Galil receivers, and these take a little bit more work and stuff like that, and we were still getting product made. Well, we got all the product made, and there are no Galils to buy.
Of course.
And I believe either one will shoot very well. But John's actually got the heavier, thicker walled receiver, and it's though this cut lightens up quite a bit of that. But it's and we're trying to get prices right now, but we've got to build. I've got 5 of them all machined out, ready to go, so I can do a time study on it, and we will come out with prices as soon as we possibly can. But to just arbitrarily give a price, $3,000, you know, and nobody's going to want it, or we go, $2,000, and then it ends up being 23 or something like that, and so we've got to be careful about shooting our mouths off.
Well, and I think, if I can add that, I think once you own one, which I own a receiver, once you handle one and you compare to other product without taking anybody else's product, it's a beautiful piece of machinery, first of all. It's also really, I think it's going to be perfect for what you guys are working on, the 9x39. Even in a regular Sen 6.2 pistol, I mean, it's going to be perfect, because it reminds the old school Miller receiver, the Russian style one, the old one. But at the same time, it gives a little bit more of modern looking to the rifle. And like you guys were saying, I'm agree with you guys. I'm pretty sure that the accuracy is going to be probably.
John says that he gets probably 3 people a week tell him that he's a complete asshole for putting the air buffer on the back. So like I said, anytime you do something new, you know, and I'm sure all these people are riding to work in a wagon, you know.
But you on AK-5, you get 15-20s, you're still beating him, so yeah.
The light bulb, it'll never take off.
But I'm thinking, you know, it's a matter of purist versus, you know.
Well, I mean, it's
Well,
It's kind of along the same lines as this was an original hybrid. I mean, things evolve. You know?
look at my AK safe. All the AKs I got in my collection are standard AKs.
Yeah.
And for a running gun, you wanna have the accessories that you need to help you deliver. You know, so that's what we strive for. That's what John strives for. And I know his heart's in it big time.
Oh, yeah.
Here, and that's 90% of it, I think.
Well, like John said, that's going to be the ultimate truck gun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've got one already. You know, so I put a Gearhead Works pistol brace on it. I've got a Tyrant suppressor on the end, and it's nice. It's very nice. It's a really nice shooter. I think we mentioned already. You know, these are 245 grain. Subsonic rounds, so they at 245 grains, you know, they're hitting hard.
They get a job done.
They're little
Yeah.
sledgehammers.
Like we were saying with Marc, suppressor or not, that's a pretty good home defense gun.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, baby.
This is how many grains is this? Is this 245 as well?
No, that's 275.
This is 275 Lehigh Defense. Opened up. Yeah, it's almost a little. It's
about
like
the-
Terminator.
I know, it's a little disconcerting almost.
Should be hell on hogs though.
Yeah. Oh, hey, would you grab one of the 9x39 suppressors? I totally forgot to get Liberty. Another item that I would like to bring up when I was talking about everybody collaborating here to get this project going, including David Fortier and Wolf Ammo and all of that, is Liberty Suppressor. Dave Sailors is making these cans, and they are very quiet, they're very light, and they're very small. I don't think this gun is any longer than a VSS, and I'd love to do a decibel test compared, you know, one to the other.
Well, when we were shooting that day, that was and they're going to see some footage in here of that, and it's not a very good representation because of that canyon.
Well, yeah,
but you
one
can
thing,
still.
when we were in a tree forested area, and when you get stuff like that, you get sound bouncing all over the place, and it's really kind of hard to show. But in another 3 weeks, we're going to go out to an open field, and we're going to shoot it, and it's always hard to tell how well a suppressor is working. The best you can really do is kind of compare it to the noise the action makes, you know.
Yeah,
Because you can make anything sound good on a video.
The camera doesn't do justice.
Yeah.
So, but Liberty Suppressor has also been very supportive. I mean, they got these to me like instant, and they made it specifically for the 9x39. It'll work on a 9, you know, of course, and it's set up for the IMS. But I'm sure they'll be making them with a 5/8 24 thread as well, once this starts kicking off. So
Outstanding. John, you got anything else to add?
I don't.
Got everything covered?
just how much he admires me
Yes.
and
Everybody.
oh yeah,
Really?
there's a big picture of me above his mantle, you know,
Yeah.
in the fireplace.
Are you laying on a couch?
No, there's
in
a wall.
boxers?
No, putting Speedo. If he was
with my
wearing a Speedo.
Yeah, right.
Sort of chipping away and getting myself in the will, basically.
Well, guys, we thank you both for your time, and I can say for the AK community that to see a collaboration like this and to see such new, cool, innovative, quality stuff coming out, we can't be happier, and we appreciate your time. And we'll have these guns hopefully a couple weeks. We'll be out shooting them, and we'll bring you that. And that should be the next step. Pretty cool. And then they should be ready to go pretty quick after that, huh?
Yeah, just a quick.
Yeah, I think we're talking 5 weeks, and it's not a myth. We'll be getting in the prototype receiver real soon and checking it out. It'll still be soft, you know, but then the brunt of them will be coming. They're going to start trickling out. We'll maybe have about 30 of them or so in the beginning. And then I guess that's about it.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it, I know it's a little digression, but we already saw the AK receivers, but the AR lowers are actually beautiful. Like, you know them if you're a gun guy, and John put a lot of work on them, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, even an AK guy have to admit that actually they're looking good. You know,
We're trying for a jack and everyone's safe. So
Yeah,
if you know
yeah,
what the jack is, look up the jack.
yeah, it's pretty
Pull out,
sweet.
you're safe.
Pretty sweet.
Daddy's
John, an AK,
I gotta get
what is good?
myself. I gotta get myself a jack. I couldn't afford them before.
I gotta. Ooh. Yeah, that's I own a lot of ARs too. And people think that I just hate ARs for some reason, and
Yeah.
I don't. You know.
We just
Right
like,
over here.
We just like guns. We like guns. That's what it is.
Yeah, if
We even
that-
have a bolt action.
And somebody told Fabrizio that he's paying me. He's the only one that'll talk to me. Okay, I mean,
Where do you
I'm
understand me? Where do you understand me? Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
If you
wait a
think
minute.
he makes money doing this,
You're wrong. business.
you are wrong.
Mark, I talk to you. It's just you're the only one that can understand him sometimes when he gets going fast.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I know. I talked to him when he was haired out the other day. I was like, whoa.
Well, again, guys, thanks so much for your time. And God, let's rush this thing along. I can't wait to see it. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Cool beans. Yeah, we're going to go shooting them.
Alrighty.
Oh, those are ricochets.
The direct, fast.
Well, guys, as you saw shooting that, or maybe you didn't see, shooting that cement block over there, some of them rounds, you could hear them just swing, just heading off.
I just don't like.
Well, this tree was standing there. It ricocheted off the block. I'm pretty sure you can see in the video when we get home and I take a look. It went off the block, hit the tree, and the tree just went bloop. And then it hit two more and kept on trucking. I mean, wow, what a round. What a round. Took it right down, took the cement block in half, took this down, and three more behind it. Unbelievable.